Greetings, it's me, Vincent Here from the Ivo, and Captain Marvel 2 is that movie that, like, everyone's like, I'm excited for, and I'm like, yes, right? And we've heard rumors that it will be a secret invasion storyline. We've heard loads of rumors about how the Skrulls were not evil and how the Kree were evil. So we've heard rumors of that. So I'm going to tell you a theory I read that came a few months ago, but I didn't want to go in deep with it because I think at the time this channel didn't exist, or I didn't really want to go into it at the time. I want to go into it now, and it's about Norman Osborn. Yes, the Spider-Man Green Goblin villain, being the villain of Captain Marvel 2, or Avengers 5, or Avengers 6. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to know about this, I thought it was a Spider-Man series, spoilers alert. Okay, so Norman Osborn the Green Goblin is Spider-Man's greatest villain in the comics. And if I'm hearing theories that Spider-Man's greatest villain, greatest foe, Norman Osborn the Green Goblin, will be appearing in Captain Marvel 2 from some news reports that, as I told you, Wardell sent in the tweet, but this is probably before or a few months before I heard this deadline. Pardon me. But Captain Marvel 2, he says that Norman Osborn will not be becoming the Green Goblin immediately. That makes me think, if it won't be coming in Captain Marvel 2, which I'm hearing, and I'll obviously get to the Captain Marvel 2 plot with Norman Osborn in it in a minute, but if it's not Captain Marvel 2, the obvious is Avengers 5 or Avengers 6 or 7. And we were probably thinking Avengers 5 will probably be the new Avengers movie, probably Avengers 6 will probably be Avengers vs X-Men, because probably by then we would have had X-Men. Probably Avengers 7 will be them fighting Doctor Doom. So there's no place where Norman Osborn can be unless, from deadlines I heard this week, Kang the Conqueror will be one of the Avengers villains, whether it's the new Avengers or Avengers 6 villain. And my feeling is that if Spider-Man is still in the MCU, and if Marvel was allowed to convince Sony to give Spider-Man in the MCU for a bit longer, or how about this? You know how in Avengers Endgame Thanos was the big bad of the MCU? How about Norman Osborn is the big bad, the next big Thanos type villain in the MCU? Let me just tell you this. I know Kevin Feige said that the next 10 to 15 years of the Marvel, the next Marvel saga is going on towards the cosmic side of the universe. But it can still go through the cosmic side. And here's how. In Captain Marvel 2, if Norman Osborn maybe gets a post-credit scene debut, maybe they use the same post-credit scene that they were going to use in Spider-Man Far From Home, they didn't use in Spider-Man 3. In Captain Marvel 2, obviously telling us that Mysterio would be alive, that the Sinister Six would be informed, and maybe if Spider-Man is still allowed to be in MCU by then, in 2022, then a Spider-Man 4 Sinister Six movie maybe. And we probably all are expecting a Spider-Man 3 Sinister Six movie anyway, so if that's not a Sinister Six movie, if it's Kraven the Hunter that's the Spider-Man 3 villain, but he doesn't die, he just goes to prison like Vulture did, right? Then, as I said, a Captain Marvel 2 post-credit scene could tell us the forming of the Sinister Six, and either two options. Option A, Norman Osborn becomes the Green Goblin and forms the Sinister Six. And this is where that option A, being a Sinister Six Avengers movie, that by Spider-Man 3, if we don't get a Sinister Six movie by Spider-Man 3 coming to December 17th of 2021, if we don't get it by then I'm thinking they may have been forming the Sinister Six all the way from Spider-Man Homecoming, and we heard there was a deleted post-credit scene in Spiderman Far From Home with the Sinister Six being formed by Norman Osborn. And if Avengers 5 can reintroduce the new Avengers could fight the Sinister Six, the Spider-Man and all that, you know? But here's where it comes to Avengers level threat. Okay, so Tony Stark snapped his fingers. He died in Endgame, saving an entire universe, right? Sometimes snapping his fingers and probably either the same people or different people dusting away again. What I thought was what could happen is the next Thanos threat could be Norman Osborn. Yeah, we have Kang, we have Doctor Doom, we have Galactus, but behind all of that, this is Green Goblin guy. They're just there doing his Oscorp business and forming his own team. And even if we get a Sinister Six in Spider-Man 3 or maybe a Spider-Man 4 movie or Sinister Six Sony TV series or whatever, and Norman Osborn doesn't die, there's two options we can go. We can go the Captain Marvel route, which is, as I said, either some type of storyline that combines Scroll Wars with the Kree and Norman Osborn, and that one will probably be Kree and Osborn colliding forces to take down Carol Danvers, probably at the end to defeat the Kree. But if it doesn't go that route, and I feel like it probably won't go that route, I feel like an Avengers Endgame level event will probably sort out that Norman Osborn, Green Goblin, situation. Because I can't really see Marvel making a Captain Marvel movie with Norman Osborn as the main villain. As the main villain, as the main antagonist or whatever. So, I'm thinking Avengers 5 would have had Kang, maybe Avengers 6 would have had Doctor Doom, probably by Avengers 7 we would have had Age of Galactus. Wait, we'll hold on that. Maybe Avengers 5 might be, as I said, Kang, Avengers 6 be Avengers vs X-Men. They may add a double Avengers movie. They may add Avengers 7, maybe Doctor Doom, Avengers 8 being Galactus. But hold on one sec. Galactus will not be the big bad. And here's how I'm going to tell you. The MCU would definitely not move on easily if they use Galactus as maybe like the 8th Avengers film villain. And here's why. If they want to do that route, when it comes to Galactus having his debut, maybe Fantastic Four #1 or Fantastic Four #2, whatever. When it comes to the villains fighting Galactus and they defeat Galactus and all that, who's next? Be honest, there is no one else that's left to defeat except Norman Osborn. The Avengers will be distracted by Galactus eating planets. Norman Osborn would have to correct tactics to be able to make his Green Goblin outfit, make it suitable and very strong, plan his attacks, and when he sees that the world is going back to normal, that Galactus is defeated, Doctor Doom is defeated, Magneto is defeated, everyone's in the right environment, like Endgame, Endgame, he's gonna come and make it like a type of Endgame type situation. And I know we're all expecting Avengers Secret Wars, and I'm like, okay, Avengers Secret Wars could be Avengers Endgame event. I know I'm confusing you guys, but here's how I know this can work. Dr. Doom and Galactus would have been gone by the time, and Dr. Doom would have probably wanted the powers of the Beyonder. So maybe Avengers 7, the Dr. Doom plan I made, could be Secret Wars with Dr. Doom as the man with Beyonder teleporting the whole Avengers people to this secret wood base. So maybe that's that. But it definitely won't be the big endgame film that I'm picturing in my head. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, Norman Osborn, as I said, will be thinking that the Avengers is distracted. And they probably would. They'd have Doctor Doom to defeat, Galactus to defeat, all these people to defeat, you know? And I'm thinking Norman Osborn would take this as an advantage. I'm gonna take it and be like, okay, the Avengers are busy defeating cosmic events. No one's gonna see me doing anything. Not even Spider-Man. So he's gonna come, get his Green Goblin suit, organize everything, and as I said, when the world has gone back to normal, when Galactus has been defeated by maybe Captain Marvel or someone, then this is where Norman Osborn will take his chance at defeating the Avengers, the remaining Avengers. Right? So probably by the Doctor Doom would have called some Avengers, and Galactus would have probably destroyed some worlds by then. So by the end, we would have Silver Surfer, we'd have Fantastic Four, X-Men, Avengers, Young Avengers, everyone all together. So by then, right, everyone, the Cosmic Avengers and the New Avengers combined with the Young Avengers and the X-Men and Fantastic Four all combined to defeat this Spider-Man villain. So obviously, it may not be excellent, it might not be exciting to see Spider-Man vs Green Goblin, but come on, to be honest, that's how mainly Spider-Man vs Green Goblin was not entertaining, was it? So, the whole Avengers against Norman Osborn. Imagine that. Just imagine it. And imagine if Captain Marvel doesn't die by Galactus. Right? Imagine it's maybe, I don't know, the Thing from Fantastic Four. Or maybe if Loki's able to be in that Galactus movie, if he's able to defeat Galactus and die, he could be like, brother, and it's a 2012 Loki, he could be like, brother, I'm dying for real and all that, you know? If Captain Marvel's alive and all that, whole Avengers fighting Norman Osborn. And the thing is, this comes back to my Sinister Six idea. If the Sinister Six is not pitched in any of these Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man 3, or the team-up film, then, here's where the Sinister Six could have their moment. The Sinister Six could be from Green Goblin, Mysterio, and Vulture and all that, versus the Avengers. And they'd all go down, they'd all be fighting, they'd all fight the Sinister Six, and at the end, the only one that's left standing is Norman Osborn in his Green Goblin suit. And guess who defeats him but dies? Spider-Man. Right? Sony can then move on from Peter Parker's Spider-Man and move on to more characters like Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, and several others. Even Spider-Pig or whatever. So I'm gonna give you the question. Do you like my theory of maybe a Captain Marvel 2 post-credit scene of that old deleted Spiderman Far From Home with the Sinister Six forming, or like an Avengers Endgame type of event where the Sinister Six gets a Sinister movie with the Sinister Six being formed by Green Goblin against the entire MCU Avengers? And it doesn't always have to be like that. It could be maybe Avengers, maybe, I don't know, Avengers 5 or Avengers 6, or maybe Avengers 5, and I prefer Avengers 5, to introduce Norman Osborn as the Avengers villain. Then Kang could be the villain of Avengers 6. Kang could do a lot of time travel problems, and after Norman Osborn we get a post-credit scene of Kang in different timelines. Then, bam! Post-credit scene of maybe the next movie before Avengers 6, telling us about Kang and all that. Then Avengers 6 can come with Kang. Oh, the idea, just picture that. Norman Osborn is the big bad. You know, we do have very strong villains like Galactus, Doctor Doom, and Kang. But when it comes to Spider-Man villains that will barely be used again, or maybe even used to advantage, Sony wants to make a Sinister Six movie. If they don't want to put it in a Spider-Man movie in the MCU, why not use it in an Avengers movie? Just use it to make a couple of bucks. I think Sony will not be Marvel won't be the only people that are making that Avengers film. They'll be teaming up with Sony to, you know, have some rights for the Sinister Six and Green Goblin to be the villains of that Avengers film. But anyway, I'm talking too much. I'm gonna go sinister my food with some six in the middle of it with some goblin sweets. Thanks so much for watching this video and listening to this video, and I know you're tired, so I'm gonna go to sleep as well. Bye, and boom.